Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're here right at the kickoff at 12 o'clock, straight up. San, with the St. Mary's Gaels playing the Davis Aggies. Gaels kicked off, and Aggies defending the ball well, trying to get out from under the shadow of their own goalpost. Eddie King to Wakavezi, out to Storty. Looked like Delafontaine. There's Coakley. We'll give you the lineups in a few minutes. We had some technical issues getting started. Oh, nice grubber kick ahead. Good charge on there. Get a good bounce. No. Oh, looks like it might have gotten touchdown, and it did. Yeah. So with just 2 minutes gone, Eric Storty puts down the first try on that grubber ahead by Junior Wakavezi. Storty did not play yesterday, but his brother Mario had quite a good game. And both brothers are on the pitch today. And it looks like Mario's getting the kicking duties. For the Gaels in the pack, Josh Allen at the loosehead prop, Dylan Wilson, Joe Marchant round out the front row. Cale Coakley and Joey Broughton were number 4, and Cahill Coatley are the locks. Leighton Delzell, number 6. Angelo Aguirre, the other flanker, and Keapono Kiyoshi at the back row. Aiden Howe is the scrum half. Junior Wakavezi is the standoff today. At the inside center, Antone Delafontaine. Outside center is the try scorer, Eric Storty. Joe Kerrigan is at the other wing wearing 14, and the fullback is Eddie King. The Aggies will be handling the restart. Let's see who we got kicking for them. And that looks to be Asai Kani, the winger. Ooh, nice effort there, but a knock on by the Gaels. Took the kick well, but knocked it on. That'll be a nice place for the Aggies to move forward. Jack Hansen is the loosehead prop, Thomas Dowling, the hooker, Lucas Peters, the tight head prop, Sam Eddings, and Cole Lepelt, the locks. Michael O'Donnell, Sam Fugati are the two flankers, 6 and 7, and William Bradford, number 8. Gary Barons is the scrum half putting the ball in. And at standoff, Francis Schumann. The inside center, Aiden Moore. Max Schoenberger, the outside center. Azai Kani, the winger wearing number 11. Gabriel Sodasanti is the other winger wearing number 14. And Michael Asario is the fullback. So we've got just going on 5 minutes gone in the game. The scrum collapses there, but the Aggies maintain it. They're on the attack, getting it out quick to Caney. He slips a little trying to make his move, but regains his composure. Trouble there handling the ball, but no knock-on called. Good defense there by the Gaels. Aguirre And Barons was setting his boys up on the wide side and then came short side to try and distract or... Oh, nice break there by the Aggies. Does he have any support? He's got no support. Unfortunately, Gaels tackle him inside the 25. Aggies on the attack. Good effort there. That looks like Lucas Peters. I'm just guessing he's a prop. Doesn't look like a wing. Tough luck there on that pass. See if the Aggies can come back from it. Penalty. Looks like the ball carrier is being penalized for failing to release. So that will go to St. Mary's. Tough opening couple of series for the Aggies. They had good possession, but couldn't handle the ball in the back line with their passes, and that hurt them. Larry Freitas, the AR on the far side there. Giving the ball to the Gaels. So Caney looked like he tried to get the ball back in bounds, and all he did was succeed in giving it to the Gaels. Tough learning curve for him on that one. Line out taken well. Good ruck. Wakavezi skips big time to Mario Storti. He's able to keep the ball inside. Aggies tackling down. Ball set back nice. Aguari pushes forward over the gain line. Good rucking there by the Gaels. Wakavezi to Coakley to Delafontaine. He breaks through on the inside. Shies through another tackler and sets it down in the middle. Well done by Anton Delafontaine. Storti had, I want to say 13 kicks on goal yesterday. It was like 10 for 13. Had a real good day with the boot. And going to get another shot at goal today. That try scored with just a little over 8 minutes gone. Over 7 minutes gone, sorry, by Delafontaine. Storti, I didn't jinx him. He slots it. $14-0. So in talking with Coach Andy Malpas before the match today for the Aggies, he hearkened back to the mid 2005, 2006 and how these matches between St. Mary's and the Aggies were really quite something. Both him and Coach Tim O'Brien go back. Oh, charge down well. Aiden Howe's kick, little box kick goes nowhere, gets thrown down his throat. Tough pass there to Eddie King. He's trying to run and keep his head on his shoulders as the arms go flying by. Deep ball to Storti. Is he going to find touch with this? He does. Good charge down by the flanker for Davis. Was able to stifle the kick by Howe, and good attack. Storti putting the ball into touch gives Davis her first lineup. Going deep with the ball, nicely taken. Good hands there by the back. Good rucking. Nicely handled all the way around, except the winger needed to come on. Soda Sante needed to come on that ball with a little bit more pace, which he didn't have. But the Aggies have covered it up nice, moving well. Got the ball, swung it wide. Oh, it looks like St. Mary's turned it over. They have. And there's going to be a penalty. Scrum half. It looked like it was a scrum half. Barons thought that ball was out of the ruck. It was not, so him putting his hands in to get the ball is the penalty that was called. Good break for St. Mary's. They were really a little bit on the back foot there trying to deal with the attack by the Aggies after that block kick. And unfortunately, putting the hands in like that gave the penalty up when they didn't need it. Probably St. Mary's going to do the same thing, put it into touch. Line out there. Wasn't straight, but no call. Good breakthrough by Storty. He's got support. Oh, overthrows Delafontaine. Aggies are going to be on the attack. That's Kone. Or Kanai, sorry. Ooh, good tackle there by, I think that was Aguirre. Gaels are coming up very hard. That was Josh Allen meeting the runner head on. Good work up by Marchand. It's knocked down, but recovered. Offsides the call on the Gaels. Aggies might say that's why they're so good on defense or offsides. We don't know, but called on that play by referee Morris Fuller. Taken inside touch by Wakavezi. Mistake by the Aggies. Oh, tough luck there for King. He was looking to take advantage of the 50-22 rule, but instead of finding touch, which would have given the Gaels under the new law a line out deep in Aggie territory, the ball went into touch in goal, and as such, the choice is to the Aggies, kick where, or scrum where the kick was made. And that's obviously to their advantage, so that's what they're going to take on that kick by King. Yesterday against UC Santa Barbara, Eddie King pulled the same trick, but was able to put it into touch on about the 1 foot line. The Gaels scored shortly after on a beautiful example of the new law change. Scrum is won by the Aggies, controlling the ruck afterwards until the Gaels just blow over it and look like they would regain possession, but they have not. So the Aggies are holding on to it, trying to do a little rucking work to keep the Gaels at bay. Good work by the prop. That was Lucas Peters. It's a big kid. But it's the skull cap that sets him off, not his girth. Props are always felt. Good running there. Delzil tries to push it back, but can't. Good work here so far. 15 minutes gone in the match. And scores 14-0. But possession almost even. And field territory maybe a little bit of an edge at this point to the Aggies. Primarily because the Gaels have been able to score and score quickly. The Aggies have been doing a nice job of keeping it out of their hands. And after the first couple of possessions where they were throwing the ball a little bit helter-skelter, they're doing a better job of it now controlling. Aiden Howe's going to put this ball in. Capono to Howell. Good skip there. Get Kerrigan on a full head of steam. That's what I mean when you find a guy in space at pace. you can just pick up 20 yards just by the time you catch the ball. And that's what the Aggies have not been doing. Aguirre puts that ball on the turf with a knock-on. Tough break for him. And we'll see. They're pushing for a new ball. Not happy with the one they had. So Barons gets a new ball. He's going to put it in for UC Davis. Andy Mopass is assistant coach. Ishmael Aramburu from Armenian name. I don't know if he's from Armenia, but that's his family background. Told him I'd be sure and give that a plug, so there you go, Ish. That's the plug I promised. Gaels doing a good job holding the Aggies to the gain line or short of it. Ooh. That ball goes into touch, quickly taken by Kerrigan. But it's not awarded. Was that touched? Was that touched by us going in? I thought that ball was kicked by Davis, but they got the line out, so I'm not sure what the call was there. I missed it. Good hands there. Good tackle there. Yeah, Storty's got the bum shoulder. He's got it taped down and sheltered in pretty good. I think he was probably welcoming the break yesterday. Good rucking work by the forward pack for the Aggies so far today. Backs are getting a better handle on the ball. And nice work there, setting up the ruck, keeping possession in their hands. Coach Malpass obviously doing a good job with his boys. Oh, jeez. Trying to get them to avoid doing stuff like that. It's not soccer. I mean, I understand why he wants to kick it back and try and keep control of the ball, but the last thing you want to do is be going backwards. Kayoshi gets his hand in up, but can't do anything. Good break now. Kenny on the foot, front foot, really going hard. Slips by Eddie King, shows his speed, comes back inside. He's got no support, unfortunately. Now the Aggies are catching up to him. The Gaels are trying to hold him up. Gets down to the ground, so we got a ruck going. Up. Whistle instead. It looked like the Gaels had not been successful at holding Connie up in the tackle long enough to get the scrum awarded, but the referee blew the whistle up just as he was going down, and that's why the Gaels have the scrum. Nice break there by Connie. The Aggies had the Gaels overlapped and took advantage of it. Connie got the ball with pace and just showed his speed. He outraced several Gaels and blew by Eddie King with a good fake, but King eventually caught back up to him. That kick to space is going to be all kinds of trouble for Davis. Back to try and recover it. Oh, there's a kick going nowhere. That's going to be picked up by Kiyoshi. He's looking for help setting up. Gaels are all set up to the near side here. Going to run a little forward press. Try and get the numbers clogged toward the middle and leave the overlap to St. Mary's. Here's King. He drops the ball. advantage was going to be going to the Aggies, but no. They'll get the scrum on the knock-on. If any of you saw the game against Cal last week, what we've seen a couple of times with the Gaels yesterday and today, drop balls, unforced errors, is really what killed them against Cal. And if the two are able to meet in the playoffs for St. Mary's to have a hope, they're going to have to play a lot better than they did last week. That ball's thrown into the back row. That's okay under the law these days. Nice running there by the Aggie player. Gets it over the gain line. Well taken. There's a good push forward there by the forwards. Looking for help outside. There's Connie. Oh, ball looked like it could have been thrown forward. It was. So that'll be a scrum for St. Mary's. Yeah, the Aggies are just doing more of what St. Mary's is doing, which is shooting themselves in the foot. I think the Aggies would be in a lot better position today if they could just control their own ball a little bit better and not be so prone to making passes out to space instead of to a player on the front foot. Now let's see what the Gaels can do. Aiden Howe's caught up by his mark. Barrows does a great job. Barons did a nice job of waiting for the ball to come out. Oh, offside's the call. Chiapponi takes it quick, and he's going to score. Beautiful job by the back rower, 8-man Chiapponi Keoshi. He was keen on the mark when the penalty was awarded. Took the kick quickly and was able to go through the defense before I think they even knew he had the ball. So nobody even got a glove on him. And he took it good 45 yards for the score at 18 minutes left in the first half. And Storty slots the third conversion, 21. Gaels 2-0 for UC Davis with just good 17 minutes to go in the match, in the first half. Andy Farhangdust, Pakistani, is the AR on the near side. I think that catches you up finally with all of the people in the match. Mike Schoenberger with that restart. Aguirre, good tackle there by the Aggies. Wakavezi, Delafontaine inside to Storty. He knocks it on. Advantage to UC Davis. Long advantage being played. They're taking advantage of it. Grubber kick ahead. Can Caney get it? Will he? Oh, he kicks it forward. He could have a try here if he can get to it before it goes over the dead ball line, and he does. Well done. Well done by Azia Caney to keep that ball on the foot. It was kicked ahead by Schumann, little grubber, and Caney saw that he wasn't going to get the bounce he needed, so and Storty, Eric Storty was right on top of it on defense, and Caney just neatly got the boot on it and grubbered it forward just enough to get it over the try line, but not enough to get it over the dead ball line. And he was able to fall on it in goal. Nicely created by him and the standoff Francis Schumann. Francis gets the assist for sure on that one. And I think this could be Schoenberger with the kick. Good foot, but it's right. So the conversion fails. 5 points on the board for the Aggies. Wakavezi to take the restart. Kicks it deep. Not really well handled, and that's why it was knocked on. Scrum to St. Mary's. Oh, it looks like we got a head injury. That's never a good sign. And that was Max Schoenberger with the kick. Can't see who's down on the pitch. The kick went between two UC Davis players, bounced on the ground. Never a good sign in the kickoff, especially when it's been up in the air as long as that one was. Get it down by the 15-meter line. Somebody needs to get under it. That didn't happen. And once they did get the ball, they were trying to move forward with it. And there was a head-to-head collision as one of the Gaels tried to come into the ruck that was being formed, and it was either a head-to-head or more likely probably a knee to the head. My nephew, Michael Wallace, who played several years for St. Mary's as a center, unfortunately had his career cut short by concussion protocols. And his were knees in the head going into rucks or getting tackled and having somebody come in on the play a little bit later. Always troublesome. And they're giving a good break for the man on the pitch right now. We hope he's okay. This game, by the way, will bring an end to St. Mary's regular season. The playoffs will comprise the next 3 weeks in April. April 9th, the first round. St. Mary's is likely to have a bye, as is Cal. Both will be playing the following weekend on the 16th and should either survive the semifinals on the 23rd with the finals on the 3rd. The locations have not been announced yet that I'm aware of, and based on past history, the higher seeded team is likely to have the home field advantage, with the lower seeded team being forced to travel. So I'm expecting that that is what is going to occur here, but we don't know that. And last year with the COVID outbreak, 2 years ago with the COVID outbreak, there were problems that required a switching in the schedule. We haven't seen a request yet for medical assistance, but the physical trainer is certainly taking her time. The player, it looks like a relative of the players, maybe a dad, um, is down on the pitch checking out the fellow who's down, and the two of them were able to clasp hands a moment ago. So the player is is able to move his arms. He's getting congrats, or maybe not congrats, but hopes to do better from a concerned spectator. And if that's the fellow's dad or family member, just a concerned UC Davis Aggie, we send you our support. The good news is that this isn't a scene we often see on the rugby pitch. The bad news is that when we do, it can very often be real tough. And it looks like that's what we got going on right now. Play is stopped with 12 and a half minutes to go in the first half. The ball should come back by way of a scrum to St. Mary's on about the 20-meter line. And as I said, we're not seeing any signs yet that there's been a call for medical assistance by way of a gurney or the emergency folks to come in. Coach Malpass seems talking to one of the players, so it appears that he's expecting at least match to go forward. That was Sam Eddings, the lock he was talking to. And can't tell for sure, but it looks like Coach Malpass just gave a thumbs up to one of the some of the group up in the stands. And I'm hoping that the group up in the stands are Davis fans, and he was giving him a thumbs up because he's comfortable that the player is okay and just needing to be in the right circumstance before they make an attempt to move him. I think if there was a need to call for outside medical assistance, we'd have seen a little bit more frantic activity, and we're not. So that's a good sign. As I was saying, the playoffs are coming next week. And I believe Cal and St. Mary's are going to be in the Western bracket. So if they're both successful, they should be meeting somewhere in the playoffs. But each has at least formidable opposition to be contending with. I think the likely first round match for St. Mary's could be BYU, and for Cal, Central Washington. Both teams giving St. Mary's all they could handle and then some. When the Gaels played them first BYU here in Moraga and Central Washington in Washington. Cal got away from both of those matches handily. And it looks like Obi Alexander Obodoifuna will be coming on wearing number 16 for the injured player. We're not sure who that is at the moment. Let me try another run at Obadufuna. Obadufuna. Obi. he is affectionately known by his coach. The day today couldn't be better for playing rugby. The pitch is beautiful. I was out on it before the match, and it is just in real good shape. Okay, so this is not a good sign. This is somebody coming on the pitch with radio, and they're obviously looking for help. So they could be advising emergency squad the best access to the field, which should be the north gate. And that could be what's going on now. So there might have been a call for emergency help. We'll know more in a minute or two. So the Cal team has moved. Yeah, here comes the emergency. Here comes the ambulance. That's what's going on. Now we can hear them. So we expect the match to be delayed for a good 5 to 10 minutes from this point at 12:36 because the emergency crew is going to have to come in and take off the player. He's able to move his legs. We've seen some movement by the player of arms and legs. So that's all good. But there obviously was a more serious concern about a head injury or possibly a neck injury beyond the ability of the player to just be able to get up and get off the pitch himself. And it was unclear if call for emergency help was made, but that was what has happened. And ironically, the engine sent is not the ambulance. So the crews are going to bring out a stabilization unit for the neck and thorax. I don't see they have a gurney yet. And unfortunately, it's not an ambulance to prop them up and put them on a gurney. The cart has come in. So hopefully the precautions are to stabilize the player's upper thorax and neck and get him off the pitch in a safe condition through the cart. And then if further ambulatory needs are presented, to address them accordingly and as necessary. It's not uncommon, of course, watching games in the NFL to see players come off with a cart or something. But in this case, with the injury appearing to be in the head or neck area, of course, everybody's taking a lot more precautions, which is exactly what we would want and hope for and pleased to see is being done. Looks like a brace is being fitted to slide under the player's neck and support it there. They've already put a larger support on the ground to allow for there to be a couple of layers of support. Technicians now just slid that brace underneath the player's head. As I'm sure you can all imagine, having listened, if you have, to Gael broadcasts over the years, and knowing that my son played for 5 years, as did my nephew, for the Gaels, I am without a doubt a Gaels fan. albeit my college background was at Santa Clara with the Scuts and with the Bay Area touring side thereafter, after San Diego in years with the old Aztecs. So I am somewhat biased for the Gaels, and when I talk to the opposing coaches or captains pregame, I try to make it a point to not wish them good luck. And they all understand why. But I do wish them to get out of the game healthy. And they also all understand why. And this is a moment where we see how that plea and prayer is so important. Oh, good. Now we see the gurney coming out. So there might be a second emergency vehicle that I haven't seen. It's not up on the pitch, or they just have access to this through the engine that was brought out. We're not sure, but it doesn't really matter, and I don't care. I'm just glad it's here. I'll be able to move the player onto the gurney, and that's good news. Very good news. That'll be able to enable them to get him off the pitch in a comfortable fashion. I was concerned about the fact they might try to get him off on the truck, and that's not happening. So they've got his neck stabilized, put the brace there. The PT has been with him from the moment the notice went out that he was down. She's with him now. Got 5 of the 6 of Moraga's fire team here. Good response time by them. They were here in a good 6 minutes. So lightning response by fire department and their emergency crew. Again, the player's moving his hands, so it's a good sign. And the question is how they're going to get him up. Oh, it looks like he's lifting up. Yes, this is good. He's bending at the waist, moving his legs a little bit. It's all good. And I think they're going to be asking him. Yeah, they're asking. He's able to. No, they're going to lift him up. They're just. No. He's standing up. Yahoo. Okay. Player was able to stand up. Now he's sitting on the gurney. Oh, that's good sights there. That's William Bradford, back rower. We're unable to see who the injured player was. Now we've been able to see for the first time it's William Bradford. So if the Bradford family is watching, friends and family up in Sacramento, we're so sorry to report your lads have been the one in need of all the care, but we're real happy to report that he's showing movement of his hands and arms, showing movement of his feet, and was able to stand up with help and get on that gurney so that they could get him off the field. That's all good signs. And I'm sure, having seen my son need medical care, there's very good hospitals within short reach of the pitch here, and I'll be willing to bet you that that's where Mr. Bradford is on his way to get immediate care. So with time expired for the injury, all the clock stopped, of course. We're looking at 12:45 left in the half. The scrum is coming to the Gaels. It is on about the 18-meter line. It is just 16 minutes to 1. So match has been delayed a bit for that. And as we said, Obi, I'm not going to butcher his last name again, Obi is coming in at the new number 8, and he's wearing 16. Ball put in nicely. Kiyoshi blocks off well. There's Delafontaine running hard. He breaks through, finds the space, scores his second try. Well, it's not hard to see what was going on there. The Aggies just watched one of their players being treated for a good 15 minutes on the ground, get carted off literally, and we're just a step behind on the ball coming out to get into play. It's a shame, and Delafontaine made him pay for it. Storty, with his third conversion of the match, he slots it. Fourth conversion of the match, he slots it for 2. Scoreboard was off by a score. Had to count up what was going on. Faringdost is indicating up to the booth, catch up with us. Now the scoreboards shows the correct score, 28-5 in favor of St. Mary's. Max Schoenberger going to be handling the restart duties. He's been kicking left to the far side. Does so again. Marchant takes it in the air. Quick tackled, good rucking over it by Allen. Wakavezi to Capono, he's out in the back line. Good rucking there, Aiden Howe. Kick ahead. That one's going to be trouble for the Aggies. Ascenario tries to do something with it, decides better, then ends up just getting tackled. Sadly, the worst of those decisions. Doesn't roll. The Aggies called for coming in off the side of the gate. Delzell takes it quickly, pushes the ball ahead down to about the 5. Gaels on the attack. They got numbers left. Coakley tries to dummy it. He's a lock. He shouldn't be playing a dummy. There's Wakavezi outside to Capono. He plays a nice dummy. Keoshi had Mario Storti outside him with one man trying to mark 2 players, and Capono did just a nice look and go pass, and the player bought it 150%, and he walked in untouched for the try. Mario is kind of looking at him saying, hey, I was outside, I was open, I could have scored untouched. What's the deal? Let's make that pass. But I think Keoshi said he wanted to get a score on this one, so he put it across. Storti gets the opportunity to make the kick. Keoshi didn't give him a real good placement, dropped it down pretty quick, so Storti's got a long angle on this one. He's about 35 meters out, right on the 22. Oh, good kick. Very nicely done. Got a good little kick on it. Started it out at the far post. Bent back nice for him. Slotted it. That's his 5th of the day. 5 for 5. So he definitely picked up where he left off yesterday afternoon. And that's got to be a good morale boost for him. He had some pretty bad wonkers yesterday. One divot right in front of the post he missed. So this is good. Let's see where Schoenberger tries to kick it again. Same place, only a little bit deeper. Kerrigan tries to let it go into touch. It doesn't go into touch. So the Aggies try to put some work on it, but they can't. Gaels control it. Trying to move it inside. They can't. Good defense by the Aggies. Possessions coming quickly. Penalty called. That's what the delay was. Didn't hear the whistle up here. But the Aggie player called for not rolling away in the tackle quickly enough. Storti will get the kick. Heads it into touch. Gets it into touch. That'll put the line out down deep in the Aggies' territory. And those time of possession and territory that were slightly in favor of the Aggies before the injury have clearly gone against them after. There's Marchant to Wakavesi, Kerrigan to Storty. Storty trying to fake it through. He had King and Mario outside him. There's King. There's Mario. Oh, too bad. Mario couldn't control that, knocked it on in advance of goal, so it should be a scrum in favor of UC Davis. Fuller talking to the AR. Question was whether when he knocked it on, he knocked it into touch, and there should be a line out. And it appears that that was the call that was made. Storty, when he knocked it on, knocked it into touch. I thought he knocked it into goal, but it doesn't matter what I think. Good line out there by the Aggies. Oh, nice run. Good break there. Good break there by Sam Fugate. Good handling there. Oh, too bad. Jack Hansen had it and threw it forward in the tackle. Advantage being played for the Gaels. Delafontaine running it back quick on the handoff from Storty. Now the Gaels again on the attack. Allen to Aguirre, gets it back to Joey Broughton. There's Kiyoshi. Delzell working inside. He sees the try line, can't get there. Good ruck by the Gaels. It's on about the 1 foot line. Aiden Howe's looking for the ball. He's got it. Gives it to Josh Allen. Coakley's trying to push it over. He can't. Eddie King kicks it ahead. He's looking for the, and as long as Kerrigan wasn't offside, was he offside? Did he look? No, Kerrigan was deep behind the kicker. Eddie King saw Kerrigan was unmarked way out on the far side of the pitch. So rather than tout the passes at about midfield, he kicked the ball toward the try line. And when that happens, of course, if you're the outside player, the urge is the minute you see that kick is coming your way to turn on the afterburners to try and get there before the defense. But Kerrigan was ahead of that game. He knew that he had to stay on sides. He did. And as soon as the kick was made, then he turned on the afterburners and caught it neatly at about the 2-yard line and just strolled in for the uncontested try with about 6 minutes to go in the half. Storty shows why he's been given the kicking opportunities, drills that one from the far side, and makes his 6th consecutive conversion attempt of the match. So while Coach Malpas certainly had a lot to talk about before the injury, since the injury, it has been just really bad news for the Aggies. Simply because the Gaels have been much more on the front foot. Now, Schoenberger tries the right side, see if he's going to have any better luck. Right side of the Gaels, near side of the pitch for us. Or left side of the Gaels, you know what I mean. Near side of the pitch for us. Knock on. That'll be a scrum to UC Davis. Hansen again, Dowling and Peters in the front row. Sam Eddings and Cole Lepelt. Locks, Mike O'Donnell and Sam Fogetti in the flankers. Obi is the back rower. Guy Barons, the scrum half. Francis Schumann, the standoff. Aiden Moore, Max Schoenberger, the centers. Some good work there by Obi. Hansen, last time he fumbled it forward in the tackle. This time he's got both hands on it. Did a nice job retaining possession. through two St. Mary's players tackling him. There's Obi quickly out to Schumann. Schumann, the defense was up on, pushing the... nice break there. Good break. Good offload. Aggies on the front foot. Knocked down by Marchand, but Aggies retained possession, thrown forward in the tackle, and it's going to result in a scrum with that knocked on ball. Good work there by UC Davis. They had a nice break working. The player knew he was about to be tackled. Quick offload. The player getting the ball saw the tackle was right up on him, so he offloaded it also, and they got it to a guy who was unmarked, at least for the moment, and he was able to pick up a good 5-10 yards before the Gale defense caught up with him and dropped him down at about the 15, and that's where the knock-on occurred. Scrum to St. Mary's. Aiden Howe puts it in. Going short side. He's got Eddie King. He's unmarked. Eddie King looking deep. He's got tons of green in front of him. Kerrigan and King on the attack. There's Kerrigan. He's tackling the player who kind of has the ball, so I think he can get away with that. Good rucking work there by St. Mary's. Oh, knocked down. Kick was by Caney, but it was knocked down by St. Mary's, and the player didn't release the ball when he was tackled, so St. Mary's gets the kick, and it looks like Eric Storty, Eric Storty's going to put the ball into touch. St. Mary's wants a line out, and I'm going to make a wild speculation if I'm UC Davis. They're going to try and maul it in. So look to St. Mary's taking a good solid line. They've got 5 players in it. Could be deep to Kiyoshi, 6 players in it. It's short. There's the ball, well taken. Kiyoshi gets it back to him quick. Now they're making some progress now. There's the maul that we were expecting. Players are jumping into it. They've just about pushed the Aggies over the try line. They've done so, and it looks like the try has been awarded. Can't tell for sure. Yeah, looks like Marchand or Kiyoshi got that try. Was well taken at the front of the line, I think by Coakley, and quickly got back to Kiyoshi. Marchand was in the back of the line. He came back to set up the maul. Initially, it didn't get set too well. The Aggies did a good job of defending against it, but the Gaels reset well and pushed it across for the score. And I was talking too much about how good a job Storty was doing today. Pushes that one to the left. His first miss, 47-5. Could be a restart. Looks like the referee is given 1 minute for the restart. And we're going to give Marchand that score in the pack just because Kiyoshi's got 2 already. Spread it around a little bit. Schoenberger decides to go to the left again. The Gaels do an ugly job of handling that kickoff. There's Wakavezi. Eddie King. Good quick handling out there by Kerrigan. Took it out, back in, keep it well in bounds. There's Allen. Allen knocks the ball forward. Looks like it's either advantage or it came off his foot. It's the advantage that Fuller was playing. And it looks like he's going to allow that advantage to carry on. Even though time is full on the clock and it's been full for at least 2 minutes in the first half. So I think Fuller wants to give the best advantage to the Aggies that he can, and there's nothing wrong with that. Good scrum by UC. They hold their ground. Oh, nice tackle. Nice tackle there by Delafontaine. Looks like. St. Mary's has turned it over, yeah. And that was Eddie King on the charge. He's got Storty outside him. Storty's got Aguirre inside him, but Storty's not looking for help. He's looking to score. He's slotting it down right in the middle. There it is. Try St. Mary's. Good work. They turned that ball over in the ruck play. Good hard work by Delzell. Thought it was Delafontaine, but I'm pretty sure it was Delzell that did that nice work in the ruck, enabled the Gaels to turn the ball over, and then was Delafontaine? Okay, my spotter's telling me I was right in the first place, so we'll give Delafontaine the credit he deserves. And Storty slots this one, which he set down right between the posts. So that brings the score to 54-5 at half. My technical guy tells me that our interview yesterday with Roxelle Thomas had some technical difficulties we weren't aware of at the time, and it didn't come across as well as we had hoped. Roxelle, a junior at St. Mary's, plays rugby for the women's rugby side, and they were out yesterday playing UC Davis before the match between the men's 15 and UC Santa Barbara. The ladies were playing sevens, as they've been for a lot of the season because of the negative effects of COVID on the rosters for both of the clubs. But Roxelle spoke very well of the program here at St. Mary's for women's rugby. Encouraged as well as she could friends of hers to come out and play. And one of the guys on St. Mary's Rugby was telling me a story earlier today about coming out to watch St. Mary's play rugby when he was still in high school. This is Anthony Richardson, who was in the reserve squad yesterday, played most of the second half against UC Santa Barbara. He's in the forward pack, lock kind of guy. And he said he was encouraged by one of the fans who just happened to run into him when he was up watching a rugby game and expressed an interest in why he was there. And after hearing what had motivated him to be there, asked him when he was going to come to St. Mary's. And Anthony told me today that his initial response was a little bit of a surprise because he said, why would I come to St. Mary's? I'm not that good. And he said the answer he got really threw him for a bit of a loop. He said, because the school is a wonderful college in which to matriculate. They offer a great education. And the rugby program is, in that spectator's view, surpassed by none. And he apparently specifically included Cal and Arkansas State, the two stumblebums apparently that that spectator was familiar with from some years past. Now we might say Life and BYU and, of course, Cal. But it goes to show, and Roxelle Thomas told me this yesterday, that I think the gal was Jeannie Murphy, was the senior who encouraged the freshman, Roxelle, who had never played rugby before, to come out for women's rugby, that she would enjoy the sport, that it was physically challenging and a really fun game. And Roxelle told me after the match, off camera, just how true that prediction had been for her and how much she's enjoyed the game in her years of playing here at St. Mary's. And Anthony Richardson, the next day, today, told me basically the same thing, that a spectator had commended the program and the school, told him this was a place to get an education, this was a place that took care of those who came to it, and if you liked rugby, you couldn't find a better place to try out your skills on the pitch. So don't ever underestimate what a few encouraging words to a young, inspiring player might lead you to. The assistant referee, Larry Freitas, and I traveled to Australia and New Zealand on tour in 1987 for the first World Cup. We got to play 6 matches in 2 countries and had personally sat in on 3 World Cup matches. And for somebody getting close to the end of his career, which I was at the time, it was just one heck of an experience. Obviously, one I haven't forgotten. And that's the kind of rewards that rugby gives you at any age.
Sub in Carl Keane, number
21. Point being that you can get out and enjoy rugby at almost any age. If my friend Jeff Bellis is tuning in from Atlanta today, he's still playing old boy rugby at 52. God bless him. And you can get memories of all sorts.
I'm trying to see his number. No number. That's Nikita. Do you have his last name written down or no?
So we're getting a few substitutes in. We got Carl Keane coming on at one of the center positions. It looks like he's coming on for Storty, Eric Storty. Nikito Masoyev.
And also Anthony Richardson. Can't see his number at the moment.
Yeah, Makito's not wearing has no number on his jersey. There's the restart, 110. And it looks like he's come on for one of the wings. Maybe.
Anthony's wearing number 70.
We'll try and bring you all the subs as we have a chance. Here's Josh Allen showing why he's been in the first 15 for a number of matches today. Oh, there's Eric Storty. Eddie King. Knocked down, knocked on. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be considered more of a knockdown than it was just a knock on. Mike O'Donnell getting a yellow card there. Tough call for the Aggies. O'Donnell, I don't think was trying to impede the St. Mary's team from moving the ball forward. He was just trying to intercept it, but didn't look that way to the ref, and tough luck. So Anthony Richardson's come on at 17. That was the fellow I was talking about during the halftime, Anthony Richardson. He's wearing number 17. There's a bad throw by the Gaels on that line out. Goes over everybody's head. And the following up knock on by St. Mary's gives the scrum to the Aggies. So it looks like Keene's come on at standoff. Wakavezi's moved to inside center. Delafontaine's come off, and Storty's moved to Storty stayed at outside center, and Delafontaine's off at inside center. That seems to be the breakdown. There's Wakavezi. Oh, offside's the call. Oh, I see. Call was on Kiyoshi Keapono, on Keapono Kiyoshi for impeding the ability of the scrum half to attack after the ball had come out of the scrum. So penalty in favor of the Aggies. They'll get the line out. Kiyoshi's got to keep that ball under his foot if he wants to impede the player from getting around at his scrum half. And referee Fuller didn't see that happening, so penalty was called. Deep ball to the Aggies. Nicely taken there. Good work by Sam Eddings. On the attack, that was Schumann. Oh, bad pass. Ahead of and low for Obi, and he knocks it on. That's going to be a scrum to the Gaels. So I've been saying that was Kiyoshi who, but he came off. Kiyoshi. Yeah. So we're looking to see who's come on. Aguirre is playing in the back row. Delzell's at one wing. Anthony Richardson is in with Joey Broughton at the lock position. Joe Marchant has come off.
For Daniel Fuka, number 23.
And we'll give you the new tight head while we look to see Aiden Howe putting the ball in on this scrum. Goes weak side. Eddie King's there.
It's Daniel, not Samuel.
Daniel Fukafuka has come on. And I'm guessing from the looks of that guy, And the names, he's son of Paul. Paul Fukafuka, longtime tight head prop for the San Francisco Golden Gate Rugby Club. A legend on Treasure Island. Nicely handled there by Keene. Eddie King's got space. He's going to score. He's got one man to beat, and he should. And he does. So Gaels put one up on the scoreboard at 35 minutes to go in the half. Puts the score at 59. St. Mary's 5 for the Aggies. And Storty Mario, who stayed on with the kick. And he slots it. So Eddie King's try is converted. Brings the score to 61. That was King's first try of the day.
Subbing for Aguirre, Enzo, Filippetto.
What's that?
Subbing for Aguirre, Enzo, Filippetto.
For who?
Aguirre, Angelo, number 7.
So Wakavesi came off?
Yeah. Okay, Aguirre, Wakavesi. Okay. Wakavesi's not off.
So we've got another substitution coming on. Eddie King looked like he was going to kick it, but then decided to run it forward. It was Delzell. There's Eric Storty. Mario on the run. Looking inside, has his brother inside and good support. And try in between the posts. So Enzo Filippetti?
Filippetto,
What's his number?
19.
And we've got a little bit more changes in the back line. Enzo Filippetto's come on. He's wearing number 19. And not sure. And Wakavesi slid out. We got Storty still in. We got Keene still in. Aiden House still in. King still in. Storty converts. So Storty to Storty is that combination.
Subbing for Aiden Howe, Hunter Modlin. Right there in the middle up front.
So Maudlin's coming on for Howe.
Don't see what number he has on right now. Oh, and
So we got changes aplenty occurring here. We're going to try and bring them all to you as best we can. And we get the restart first. That's going deep to Storty. But we've got Hunter Maudlin's come on for Aiden Howe at the scrum half spot. There's Delzell outside to Mozev. Maudlin's wearing 16. looks like Eddie King is going to get a rest finally. Kellen Keen's come on for Eddie King in the fullback position. Kellen's wearing number 20. And let's see if we've got everybody who's new. I think we've got everybody who's new called out to you. The pack looks pretty much the same, with Anthony Richardson having come on and Danielle Fukafuka also on. $68 the score for St. Mary's, 5 for UC Davis. UC Davis has stayed with their starting 15, except, of course, for the injury where Obi came on for William Bradford. We have nothing to update you on Bradford's condition. We're sorry about that. Keen's playing standoff, Wakavezi inside center, Storty outside center. Mosev, the near wing, wearing no jersey number. Mario Storty, the far wing, number 11. And in the back, 15 fullback, is Killen Keen. New scrum half is Hunter Maudlin for the Gaels. Dazelle has moved to the back row with Richardson and Broughton at the locks. Enzo Filippetto is the near side flanker. He's wearing number 19. So that's Coakley is off. And you can, no, Coakley's still on. He's moved to a flanker position. You can see the difference with the failing to roll away the penalty. See the difference in that scrum just a moment ago with all the new players on. The Aggies actually pushed the Gaels off a little bit. Certainly lifted up that front row and made the scrum look a little bit ugly. So the new guys on the pitch are going to have to get a little bit lower and get some push going there. I'm sure some of the boys are going to be suggesting that. Delzell and Coakley for sure. Looks like Joey Broughton's trying to figure out how we're going to move forward. They've got that working. And the Aggies trying to figure out where they're going to put it. Good job there. Did a little subterfuge, trying to make it look like they were going deep, and then did a short ball to Cole LaPelt. And Cole was ready for it. The front of the line for the Gaels was not. He was actually marked pretty well, but the player wasn't looking for the short ball. He was looking to see if he had to go back to help somebody with a deep ball, and that just blew it away. Great tackle there by Storty. Well up on the ball, did a great job of stopping the player, converted it. Coakley was there in support. We got tons of Gaels and nobody in the Aggies. There's Killen. Keen. Offload is to the ground, but controlled. No knock on. There's Richardson trying to push forward. He's going to score. Anthony Richardson with the score. So if that fan who talked him into coming to play is listening in today, thank you very much for being so positive about St. Mary's Rugby and convincing Anthony Richardson that this was the place for him to come play. Turned out to be a great call. So a lot of work with the reserve scrummers. They're going to have to get their act together in the last 26, 27 minutes of this match. Storty's kick is wide. And his brother, Eric, has come off the pitch. That puts the score 73-5. And
LJ Jimenez.
Who was it?
LJ Jimenez.
Alexei? LJ?
Yeah, the letters LJ Jimenez.
LJ Jimenez has come on for the Gaels in place of Mario Storti. We'll give you his number in just a minute. Coach O'Brien loves to make me work harder than I have to by not giving me the names of the reserves before the match. At least that's been his call the last 2 days. And looks like we got Nathan Aluche coming on for the Aggies, wearing 22. Good take there by Mosev, but held on to the ball a little bit too long. Penalty to UC Davis. And let's see how they want to approach this. Schumann looks to put the ball in touch. That's what he wants to do. Puts the ball in touch to give Davis a line out down on about the St. Mary's 5. So
I think he's wearing 22, and also his first name is actually Luis Jimenez.
his number is 22 though, right? Yeah. Okay, I got that guy. And it looks like Aluche is come on for the winger, Connie. Good work on that line out by UC Davis. Pushing down to try and get their second score of the match. Oh, Richardson and Peters said hello to each other. Good work there by the Aggies, or the Aggies forwards. I'm sorry, that was Obi that said hello to Richardson a minute ago. There's Peters trying to push ahead, who's doing a nice job. Boys are giving him a little push, but he's short. Controlled the ball. Trying to get it across, but they can't. That could be it. Is it awarded? Try is awarded. Nicely done by UC Davis. Who's the last man coming up?
Number 7.
And the try scorer, Sam Fugatti. With 23 minutes to go in the match, Fugatti comes up with a try. And Schumann will be taking the kick. Good attempt for Schumann here. He's just this side of the near post. A little bit of wind. Take it right to left. Starts it off to the right. Slides it into the left. Well done. Conversion good. 12 points for the visiting UC Davis Aggies. and the Gaels will take the restart. Carl Keene's going to take the restart. Maudlin lining up his forwards on the left. See where they are. We got a second player on the pitch with no number. We're sorry about that. Looks like he's in the forward pack. So if it's a back, it ain't him. And that ball is not going to find touch. Keene thought it was going to be in touch. It doesn't find touch. Goes behind the 22 on its own. So he's able to put it into touch, and he successfully does that. Line out at about the just inside St. Mary's 10-meter line. So from the Aggies' point of view, good possession kick. Picked up about 15, oh no, I'm sorry, picked up about 35 yards of territory there. Good work for them. Nicely taken in the line. Good, quick ball to the try scorer, Fagati, but the defense is all over him. And part of the thing that Coach Malpass will have to get his players working on, and we've seen that now from Schumann a number of times, is he's running east to west instead of north to south. And I think he feels he's buying himself time to make a pass, but he's not forcing the Gale defense to commit. There's Allen on the charge ahead by the Gaels. Well put back. There's help on the outside. Inside to Richardson, it looks like. There's Wakavezi to Keene. Quickly outside to Mario Storti to Killen. And there is Mozov trying to push it across. Can't get it across. It's being held up. That's what the referee's trying to show you. Holds his hands up like that in goal. Spread apart in front of his chest. That means that the defense was successful at preventing the offense from getting the ball to ground in goal. No try awarded. And under the new law change, instead of that resulting in a 22-meter dropout, it becomes a goal line dropout. So it's in that sense, it's an advantage to the attacking side. Even though they got held up, they're still going to only have to deal with a goal line dropout. Good kick, but you can see it didn't get past the 25 by much. So, again, the Gaels on the attack. Good work quick out there. Keene looking for help. A lot of Gaels out there trying to push the ball across. We'll see where that goes. Oh, there's a missed tackle and a try. And that was your hooker, Dylan Wilson, with the score. He scored one yesterday afternoon, put a lot of good work out in the pitch yesterday, and gets another chance to show he should be playing on the starting 15 or in the reserves by working hard in the pitch today. One thing that we have seen the Gaels do that Coach Malpass will have to work on the Aggies a little bit more is when the Gaels make a break, you almost always see somebody up in support, and oftentimes that support turns over into a try. For the Aggies, they've made some nice breaks. Guys are running like crazy, moving ahead with the ball, but then as they're going down in the tackle, there's no support. Or the support's 5, 7, 8 meters behind, and that just doesn't cut it. So the players have got to see that break, and when it happens, they got to get on the front foot quick and help. There's a little grubber goofo right down the center of the field. Wakavezi picks it up. He's on the run. He's got help as he's running through space. Let's see where his support is. There it is. Good job. That's an example of what I was just talking about. Wakavezi makes the break, and he's got half the team in support. Here he's got Allen behind him. He's got Storty on the front foot, ahead of, the flanker, Fugati, who is ahead of. Can't blame him for not being able to keep up with fleet-footed Mario. But that gets the score across.
Trials by Mario.
It was Storty, right?
Yeah, Mario story.
So Storty gets the try, and he'll also continue to work on his conversions. With this one from the near side, just inside the 22-meter line, probably about 28 meters out. Wind now a little bit right to his left. Starts it off to the right, but the wind's not enough. Right over the post, outside, no good. That leaves the score at 85 in favor of St. Mary's to 12 for the Aggies. Not to belabor the point, but the support is just so critical. Wakavezi made a nice break on the restart. It was a unusual kind of restart by Schoenberger, and Wakavezi broke through a couple of tackles. There's a little bit more conventional. Allen with the take. He breaks through one tackle, but not Hansen's tackle. There's good hard work there by the hooker Dowling. Well up on defense. Nicely done. Good work by the Gaels. Hard to bring that man down. There's Richardson, finds somebody on the offload. Looked like Fuka couldn't hold on to the ball. Advantage to UC Davis. Thought he was playing advantage. Must have said that ball was not knocked on, just knocked down by Fuka. No, he was playing the advantage, just wasn't giving us a signal for it. So there's the scrum going to UC Davis. So we got Marius Storti, Wakavezi from the starting 15 still on the back line. So the back line changes a little bit more. Now we've got at outside center playing for where Eric Storti was playing Musav, and at the far wing in the 14 spot is wearing number 22, Jimenez. And there is Obi pushing his way forward. Oh, Eddie King saw that one, or not King, Coakley saw that one coming a mile away, was sitting out there on the defensive pod as a back, and just sadly the Aggie player telegraphed what he had in mind to skip. Coakley stepped in, grabbed it for the score. So Coakley was in the starting 15. Storty with the quick conversion. Did he miss that?
I think he did.
He missed it?
Did he miss it?
My bad. I thought Storty couldn't possibly miss one right between the posts, so I obviously jinxed him, and that's just what happened. So the score is 90 for St. Mary's to 12 for the Aggies. So Josh Allen and Wilson were part of the starting front row. They're still on the pitch. Marchant is off. Joey Broughton, Kel Coakley were both on the starting 8 with Leighton Dazelle. They still are on. Rest are subbed out. Nicely taken. Oh, looked like the Aggies were going to control that line out on horrible job handling the restart by St. Mary's, letting it go into touch after just touching it briefly. And that gave the ball to UC Davis. There's a little higgly-piggly stuff going. Wakavezi to Killian. Storty, he's on the front foot now. Does he have support? There it is. Killian. Oh, nicely handled by Maudlin. Gets it to Muzav. Good work there by Wakavezi to cover over the rock. Clears out the Aggie players. Got a ton of numbers here for the Gaels. Just who's going to score. And it looks like
22.
Jimenez. Jimenez had 4 guys outside him. Everybody was unmarked. And he just decided to take the easy way out and bring it in himself. Good for him. That pushes the score to 95 with just 9.5 minutes to go in the match. And
Yeah. That's Ethan Talfa.
Ethan,
Yeah, he's a forward.
what's his name?
Ethan Talfa. Taufa.
So Storty drills that one, pushing the score to 97. And Ethan Taufa is in the forward pack with no number on his back. He came on for Kiyoshi. Wakavezi throws that one forward in the tackle and right into an Aggie player's hand. The advantage was being played by referee Fuller, but the Aggies were gaining none, so the scrum was awarded to Davis. Let's see if the Gael forward pack does a little bit better job in this scrum than they've had in the past couple against basically the starting pack for the Aggies. Good even push there, it looked like. bit of a wheel. Fuller's giving both sides a little bit of a discussion on what he wants to see. Filippetti's at the near side flank. Teafua is on the outside. Wheels being held as a penalty against the Aggies. So that's going to give St. Mary's the kick. Keene with the boots, not going to find touch. So Alushe on the run, he's running across field and just giving everybody a chance to close down his options. Hansen does a nice job getting over it, protecting that ball on the possession. Good inside ball there. Aggies on the charge. Let's see, they got some support for a change. Good work. Good work there by Schoenberger. And he trips, he scores. Yes, he's going to get the score. Well done. He went down, but he was not in the grasp of anyone, so he could try and move it forward, and he very adroitly did. But there you have it. That's the advantage of having support. Great break. Good work by the backs. And I'm going to call out the prop. Okay, I used to be a prop. I used to play in the forward front row. So when props do well, I like to call it out. Hansen did a great job of getting over that ruck and retaining possession. And because the ruck had the controlled possession at about the Gaels' 10-meter line, the Aggies were able to take it, and Schumann, instead of running east to west, set up, I think it was Aiden Moore, with a nice inside ball. Moore found a little break in the defense, and Schoenberger was right there in support. And so when Moore was getting tackled, he offloaded to Schoenberger, and Schoenberger raced the other 50 yards all by himself and got the try. Too bad for Schumann. Can't follow up the conversion, but it's still (97-17) in favor of the Gaels. Got about 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes to go in the match. There's a restart, nice high one. Alusho has some problems with it. The Aggies able to maintain control of it. Kick deep, Killen. Keene elects to let it go into touch to retain possession. It was going to be difficult whether he's going to get his hands on and keep himself in touch, keep himself in the field of play, or in trying to catch the ball, let it carry him into touch. So he made the wise choice of just letting the ball go out. Gale line out on about the 50. Josh Allen putting the ball in, not Wilson. Allen, of course, first side hooker. Last line out was a hash job, threw it over everybody's head. Let's see if we get a better job on this one. Nicely taken by Coakley. Beautiful job. Good advance there by the Gaels. Quick movement of the ball. Keene was there for Wakavezi, but Wakavezi didn't pass it. And the try scorer, Schoenberger, did a nice job defensing Wakavezi. There's Allen. There's Keene. Skips a couple of men, but unfortunately, Musaf can't come up with it. Ball's thrown into touch. Line out, UC Davis. 2 minutes to go in the game. Gaels up 97-17. Aggies with the put in. They've been going pretty much with a 5-man line all day, doing a little back and forth as to whether it's going to be front or back. Nice take there. skips a couple of men. Looked again like more on the hard run. High tackle the call against St. Mary's. I'm pretty sure it was Cole LaPelt with the line-out catch. He's done a nice job all day, in addition to doing a real nice job on the short ball that the Aggies surprised the Gaels on, one of the lineouts. That surprise work only happens once or twice. There's a good take. Again, good work by the scrum half. Oh, that's my bad. It is Kane. Kane moved in from wing. I thought he was pulled off, but he moved in from wing, take over the scrum half duties for Guy Barons when Aluche came on. Ball's into touch. Kick to, or line out for the Aggies. Well, they got almost no time on the clock, so this is probably going to be their chance to put one more on the board before. Oh, another short job. Oh, dang, tough break. They tried to pull a fast one on St. Mary's, and because we had a lot of new players on the pitch, it worked. The trouble was that the ball was not thrown in straight. Even though it's to the short man, you can't throw it to him. It's still got to go down the tunnel, and it looks like it did not get in straight to LaPelt. Could have been it didn't get 5 yards, but it looked like the referee was trying to indicate it was not straight. And that's why Gaels had their choice of a line or a scrum. They chose the scrum. But LaPelt, if that ball would have been straight, he had a try. He was basically unmarked, pulled around the front of the row, and was able to sneak over there. And now Mike O'Donnell, it looks like, is getting either got poked in the eye or he's got problems with the contact he's trying to fix. Whatever it is, it's he's ready to play on. Doesn't look like it's fixed, but looks like he's ready to play on. There's no time on the clock. No timeout was called by the ref on the field or taken on the scoreboard. So we're looking at full time on the scoreboard. It is a Gael ball, and if the full time has been indicated, we can expect Keane to be putting this into touch as soon as he gets it. So it doesn't look like full time's been indicated. He gets it to Wakavezi. Now Killen Keane on the move. There's Storty, looks to run around the outside wing, but player is able to get a hand on him. There's Filippetto pushing the ball ahead. Gaels on the attack. There's Keane ahead to Mosav. There's Coakley on that outside pod in the defense. Keane, Killian. There's Wakavezi to Jimenez. Keane quick hands to Storty. Storty breaks through three tacklers and pushes it over. Well done. Mario Storty just broke through three tacklers. Nobody really got a hand on him, but broke through three UC Davis tacklers to push the ball over. And that was Storty's, got the first try of the match, last try of the half. Got the second try of the first half. Oh, no, that was his brother. So got you got the last try of the first half and what will most likely be the last try of the second half. We'll see if he can push this last conversion through. He's 11 for 15 so far. Got good boot on this. It's going to slot it. And that's going to put the score to 104. And there's full time. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the regular season for St. Mary's. Starting off, if you will, on the front foot for the playoffs. They've got a week to recuperate. They're going to need it. Chase Jones is nursing an injury. We're not sure if he's going to be back. Aguari's nursing an injury, but he played today, so pretty sure he's going to be there. Eric Storty's got a sore shoulder. He's got some problems. There are some legitimate problems or legal problems, whatever the heck you want to call it, for an unsportsmanlike infraction at the Cal game that Miles McCormick is dealing with. He is been sanctioned for an ungodly period of time for biting another player, according to the charge. And that's going to take him out of the playoffs if it stands. I've been told they're looking at the film for that and whether or not there'll be a review on appeal. Don't know. Very, very harsh penalty to cause McCormick to be out for the playoffs, but that's what happens when you don't follow the law. So there we have it. That's the end of the regular season for St. Mary's. They have one loss to Cal, team they hope to return the favor to in the playoff. If they can beat those teams they have to play before Cal, which should be one, probably BYU. So that's what it looks like. We're not sure if we're going to get the opportunity to call the game against BYU because we don't know how that's going to be handled. If we do, we'll look forward to seeing you. And if we don't, please tune in next year for Gael Rugby. This is John Wallace saying thank you for joining us today at Moraga, St. Mary's College in Moraga, California. Final score, St. Mary's Gaels 104, UC Davis Aggies 17. Thank you and have a great day. Drive safe, be safe.